Go on, everybody. Let's continue Revelation 16:18 through 17:3. And hopefully you're watching these on a playlist, either the John playlist or the Revelation playlist. You're watching one of the playlists from the beginning. And there were voices and thunders and lightnings, and there was a great earthquake, such as was not not since men were put upon the earth, so mighty an earthquake and so great. The great city was divided into three parts, and the cities of the nations fell, and great Babylon came into remembrance before God to give her, remember, it's threefold her. It is Satan, shape-shifting as the goddess, the whore of Babylon. It is that great city where our Lord was crucified. Revelation 11:8 says the great city is where our Lord was crucified, that it's Sodom and Egypt. Jesus said, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, that killeth the prophets, and then they killed God in the flesh there, and then the Antichrist performed the abomination of desolation as he set up shop there. I did hear a very popular site speak to how that's not the Antichrist, how it's Jesus is the one that took away the daily sacrifices because he ripped the veil and there was no longer daily sacrifices needed. No, sorry. And when you read Second Thessalonians 2, it talks about how the Antichrist will stand in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God, declaring himself that he is God. He will be setting himself up as a Jewish leader. So he'll be performing the Jewish daily sacrifices until the middle of the 7 days, he takes it away. And that's a literal, when it says confirm a covenant with many for 1 week, it will be a 7-day covenant. People say, well, then that means 7 years. Yeah, the Antichrist doesn't rule for 3.5 years. Revelation 11 is very clear that it's a 3.5 day. Remember, the 3.5 years of 1260 days, 3.5 years, or 42 months, Jesus said he had to cut those days short, remember? Lest I cut those days short. What days? What days is there a given number that would be cut short? There would be no reason for the Lord to say, I cut those days short, unless he's referring to a set of days where a time frame is given. A football game, we had to leave early. Well, there's 4 quarters. It's a set amount of time at a football game. So if you left early, that means you did not stay the whole 4 quarters. We left the game early. Automatically means left the baseball game early. Well, you didn't stay the whole 9 innings, did you? Get it? Jesus said, lest I cut those days short. What days? Is there a certain amount of quarters or innings or days that needed to be cut short? Yeah, the 1260 days or 42 months or 3.5 years. Anyway, so the her is the spirit of the divine feminine that runs the earth. From Mystery Babylon, it's that evil divine feminine spirit of Mother Nature, Mother Earth, the Mother Goddess. It's that spirit in the sons of disobedience. It is the shape-shifting Satan to the goddess, and it is that great city where our Lord was crucified. Revelation 11:8. So give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. And every island fled away, and the mountains were not found. Again, the earth is extremely supernatural. And there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven, every stone about the weight of a talent. And the men blasphemed God because of the plague of the hail, for the plague thereof was exceedingly great. And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and he talked with me, saying, saying unto me, Come up hither, and I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast, full of the names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. That end is Revelation 17:3. Good Lord willing, we will continue at Revelation 17:4 tomorrow. John 1:42 through 50. And he brought him to Jesus, and when Jesus beheld him, he said, Thou art Simon, son of Jonah, thou shalt be called Cephas, which is by interpretation a stone. The day following, Jesus would go forth into Galilee, and findeth Philip, and saith unto him, Follow me. Now Philip of Bethsaida, the city of Andrew and Peter, Philip findeth Nathanael, and saith unto him, We have found him of whom Moses in the law and the prophets did write, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph. And Nathanael said unto him, Can there any good thing come out of Nazareth? Philip saith unto him, Come and see. Jesus saw Nathanael coming to him, and saith of him, Behold an Israelite indeed, in whom is no guile. Nathanael said unto him, Whence knowest thou me? Jesus answered and said unto him, Before that Philip called thee, when thou wast under the fig tree, I saw thee. Supernaturally. Nathanael answered and saith unto him, Rabbi, thou art the Son of God. Thou art the King of Israel. Jesus answered and said unto him, Because I said unto thee, I saw thee under a fig tree, believest thou? So, in other words, that's what made you believe? Thou shalt see greater things than these, Jesus went on to say. I'm glad you're here. I love you very much. Ask questions anytime. That's what I'm here for.